So I've currently got a timer on, and normally when I have a timer on in my streams, that's because I'm timing the length of the stream. I'm actually timing a duck that's cooking in the oven, and when that gets to 1 hour, I need to take it out and put I reckon I need to cover it at that point, put the baking paper, put the foil on, to then low and slow it for the rest of the cooking time. Yeah. Alex Ferguson taken to hospital after feeling unwell before Manchester United game. Oh. Bless him, I mean, he must be like 90 now or something, let's see. Oh no, he's 84, okay. Maybe he looks older than he really is. 84, oh, it's still doing well. He's still doing pretty well. Yes, classic manager. Okay, so this is 2 people on here. Well, one of them is myself, but there must be someone else then. So hello and welcome to my 26th live stream. It's quite a lot of live streams, isn't it? So, doing well. And what we do is answer the creative property question, review the week, and then today we are going to look through. I'm debating whether to do any more estate agent emails because I don't really want to. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to look through property engine emails because they're easier. Then we'll move on to estate agent emails. Okay, the reason they're more annoying is because they're a bit less filtered to my needs, because who knows what estate agents are going to send, despite me giving them a criteria. There's that human variable. Ooh, there's a loud dog. I'm competing over here. So you've got, they're less filtered, so it's a bit slower. So I'm going to start with the property engine emails because I prefer that, then move on to the estate agent ones. And when I do move on to the estate agent ones, you know, last Wednesday I looked at, can I just use AI to help? And maybe we'll look at that on the stream if we have time. I noted down a few possible, I think I did anyway, a few possible email tools that could help. Namely, the first thing that could help, which I've already got, is Copilot, so I could have better use of Copilot. That'd be great. Okay, so let's get started. I might do a little something on my Instagram story actually. See if I can get people. Can I share this to my story? Add to story. There you go. John, I've written John me live. Join me live. John. Are you gonna John me? I'm a little bit tired, if you can't tell already. Okay. Alright, so the creative property question. Let's go! Creative property. Okay, who gets the profit of an assisted sale? A couple of these answers are a bit silly because, you know, at the end of the day, no investor is going to invest into an assisted sale if they don't get any profit. So, yes, it's the investor, but not only the investor, also it's shared with the vendor or the owner. And now the interesting thing with this one is, like, there are different ways you can do it. You can guarantee that a certain level of the end sale, a certain amount of money from the end sale goes to the vendor. So you can say, no matter what this property sells for, when it does sell, you will get £500,000 released to you by my solicitors. Even if it sells for £501,000, I'm going to take that loss, and you are going to get the 500. You can do it that way. So the investor does take the risk that that property really doesn't sell, but they're going to do a nice refurb on it, and they've done their numbers. Okay, there's another way you can do it, which is you can guarantee a little bit lower. I'm guaranteeing you 450, but if the property sells above 650, we're going to share those profits. So that means that versus the 500 guaranteed scenario, if you have a 50-50 profit split above 650, then should the property sell for 750, the vendors get an additional £50,000, and therefore they are getting the same as they would for a guaranteed 500 grand offer, and therefore anything above 750 is therefore a better outcome. So, you know, if the vendor has confidence. Oh, Stephen, hi. Wait, did he message me earlier? I think he might have been. I got a message from somebody earlier, I think it was Stephen, but I might be wrong. Anyway, interrupting my my own explanation, getting distracted. But hi, Stephen. So yeah, you've got that profit share side of things. But you can see it was a bit more of a complicated explanation, right? So I prefer to say to vendors, just offer the flat fixed. We'll guarantee you this, and then we'll take anything above that, right? We'll guarantee 500, probably sells 700, we'll get the 200. It's more simple than saying, oh, we're over this level, 50-50 split, even though actually, you know, it might be better for the vendor that way. You know, if they ask for a profit split, we can do a profit split. What you can do as well is, kind of the third option is offer a basically, instead of lowering your guaranteed offer, because that's the other side of it. If you lower your guaranteed offer, then most savvy people just go, oh, well, actually, you're offering me less. I mean, I know I might get a profit share, but at the end of the day, 500 or 450, yeah, 500 sounds better. So what you can do is keep your 500 guarantee, and you know, for example, you're going to make a profit, and let's say you spend 100 grand on the refurb, and 120 all fees and stuff included. So when the property sells for 700, you've made enough profit, you're going to be happy with that. That would be a sort of 75% return or something like that. Great. So so then you can say above a higher threshold, forget the 650, above 700, then you can have 50% or all of that. Yeah, I just take the chunk that I need. So the way I tend to do it is offer like the highest guaranteed that you are comfortable with, that you want to, based on comparables where it's likely going to sell, and then how high can you guarantee the seller, how much profit do you need, how much revenue, how much of a share do you need, and then never just like do a profit split, because you can do a profit split where it's like a lesser level. Let's say profit share everything, right? Share every single profit, but then you could be giving away funds to your investor, to your vendor, that actually you would have needed. So it's not just as simple as saying a profit share. Okay. Niche property sourcing, been in the building trade most of my life, property refurbs and such like, from West London, Fulham, now living in Suffolk area. Oh cool. My granddad, well, my granddad, granny, so on my dad's side, lived in Felixstowe. Kind of raised their family, my dad and his brother, in Felixstowe. Went over there a few times to see my granddad in the later years of his life when I was a little boy. Yeah, tell you what, it's a really nice part of the world in Felixstowe. I do miss going over there. So, and now now living over there. Yeah, so where's Felixstowe, and there was a cool place as well. I remember going called like Sutton Hoo. I think it's something to do with Saxon stuff. I don't know. History is quite cool. I like history. So yeah, cool. Building trade in Fulham. Yeah, I mean Fulham's a great area. It's just outside my 5-mile radius where I tend to search for properties, but yeah, really good, expensive area. But you know, actually, I'm happy in a way that I'm not looking at the most central, expensive areas in London because prices are falling there. So yeah, no, happy where I am really. Cool. Okay. Nice of you to join us, Stephen. Why was I... See, my brain gets too distracted, especially when I'm tired. Why was I going on here? I think I was... Steve. Yeah, it was you, Steve, that messaged me. I was just checking. Yeah, it was Steve. Cool, thanks for joining. Alright, so we've done the creative property question. Had a little look at the chat. We're now going to review the week that I had, very briefly. So how did I do? I've got a schedule. Can I share it? I guess I can. It's nothing too private really. This is my schedule, and apart from where I do tennis coaching, but yeah, feel free to come along. So this is my schedule of the week just gone by. So when do I do my calls? I follow up with the estate agents. So you know, I've had previous contact with them the previous week. I do that then. I call new estate agents. Then I do not do calls on a Wednesday. You know, maybe I should up the amount of time I'm doing the calls. However, I do find it quite efficient just banging out, and it's a level I can keep consistent with. I remember before the Easter break, there was 1 week I did like 25 estate agent calls. I was like, great, I did amazing. And the next week I did 12. It's like consistency is everything. I reckon now, since then, I've been doing probably 5 follow-ups and 10 new contacts each week or something like that, and it's just a pretty decent level. Maybe even 5 and 5, but it's consistent. So again, call new estate agents here. I'll follow up with estate agents and call new estate agents on Thursday. So it's basically Tuesday and Thursday, so I'm doing it on the main, and then ad hoc outside other tasks around that. So have I followed that? Yes, I have followed that this week. Have I got rejected a bunch of times? Yes, of course I bloody well have. I mean, yeah, there's one that in Ladbroke Grove that is not a no, it's just a waiting annoyingly amount of time for an executor to come back to me. Several no's. Yeah, several no's. Auction house, no. Estate agents called Gibbs Gillespie, no, and no to all future assisted sale offers. Great. Mine was no to a specific property, but you know, most of the time it's like a no, but then for any future similar ones, I send them my criteria, I send them my strategy, that sort of thing. Stephen's new to deal sourcing. This sounds so negative. Stephen, I do a strategy called assisted sales. I don't know why. I'm punishing myself with it. I firmly believe this is the way to go. This is how you flip in 2026. Estate agents haven't got a clue, really. But some do. I mean, this particular one that I said, you know, it's just a case of following up. It is still a maybe. The estate agent is pretty happy with the offer. It's just getting through to the family and the beneficiaries as a probate sale, so it's one of those sensitive ones. I mean, no, honestly, the estate agent was like, yeah, I've made the point to the executor that actually if they want 875 and 900, this is the only way they're going to get it, through your assisted sale offer. You know, I think it's pretty good. So, all right, thanks. Okay. one thing that is somewhat inefficient is because I do like Tuesday and then Thursday. It's like I have to flick it back through pages through my notes, because like Tuesday I'll make some notes, then Wednesday I'll do a couple more pages, and then so it becomes like like when I'm trying to find which one have I followed up on, which one have I not, which, you know. And I've got a little system about how many dots I'm writing next to the addresses, whether I'm following up or not, which is great. But I think probably, and I'm gonna write this down, it seems such trivial nonsense, doesn't it? But I mean, I think a certain level of focus on systems is good, and I'm a systems orientated kind of person, and I think actually I've just had the idea that a separate notepad that I always pull out for estate agent calls, that will actually benefit me. I know some people will track it on a spreadsheet, but I think that takes longer. I know it's probably supposed to be more just efficient. And I'm going to be trying out a AI kind of spreadsheet soon called, gosh, what's it called? Airtable. So that might be good. But yeah, so review of the week. No, I did follow through them. Got a few rejections, and I think I should have a separate notepad for estate agent calls, because I do find myself spending too much time flicking around. Right. What I did also this week though do went through several estate agent emails. I've done well. I've got everything is into the correct month now, April. Although now that's not the correct month, because now it's May. So anyway, we said we wanted to do Property Engine first, so let's get into it. Alright, where am I up to in my Property Engine emails? It's the 8th of April or 9th of April, let's see. I was sort of halfway. I think I was sort of halfway through these last week. I can't remember. Okay. Anyway, so when I do this, I like to, again, I'm quite a systems person, so I like to, where is it? I think I've clicked off it. This is so much slower, like the stream definitely slows down my poor old laptop. Say poor old laptop, like, got it in 2024, like it shouldn't be old, but it just feels it. Technology just doesn't last. So I'm looking for that, and then that. Yeah, so to find out which of the, I basically save search criteria in Property Engine, and then turn on notifications, so at any time properties fit a certain criteria, it just bangs into this email inbox. Is that the most efficient way to do it? I don't know. Is it pretty decent? Yeah, I think so. And then I'm manually judging myself whether I'm getting the volume, the quality that I need without too many of them being duplications. So the red ones are searches that I've taken out. Yellow is what I'm considering taking out. But I did produce 2 quality ones last month. But again, that's not brilliant. And then the month before it was no quality for cash only reduced. So yeah, I'm still considering whether to keep that one into the month of April. Okay. Whiteville Road. Oh, I need to look at the time. Got to remember me duck. 12 minutes. Ducking out. Oh yeah, I think this was solved. Okay, solved. Right, I have looked at this one. I can't be overlapping my streams. Now, normally I would finish through a whole email so this situation doesn't happen. But on Tuesday I had to rush off to a networking event. Was it good? Yeah, decent. But my train decided to stop at Kentish Town, not go all the way to Blackfriars, due to a signalling failure in Sutton. Like, why should Sutton have anything to... Oh yeah, we saw this one at the end of the stream and I'm interested in it. And the reason is the comps are about 875, it's on for 750. Yeah, and it's not a major refurb, is it? Like, we're probably talking 75 to 100k to get it better. Might even be able to keep that certain parts of the bathroom. Maybe you'd keep the tiling just to clean up. I don't know. Don't know if that would be cutting corners. You probably want to change that radiator to one of them that you can hold a towel on and all that jazz. But it's not a big job. And if I know it's offers in excess of, but if we keep an eye on it and it dips to 700, I think we should go in there on that one. Because we could make a sort of 50 grand profit and invest 100k, make 50 grand profit. That's kind of what I'm looking for an assisted sale. Alright, so we know we're interested in that one. I think I did mark it as a quality one, reduced, recently listed. In fact, there it is over there. Okay, I really am sort of struggling for... Okay, I think I should kind of close a few of these. Few of these. Things. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, right, just trying to improve the performance of my laptop because, geez. Okay. Invested database, okay, don't hover over that, don't put that on YouTube. Private numbers and stuff like that. And what about this one? You're flashing at me. Why? There's no data in it, I haven't started that project. Oh no. Okay. That, I don't know, that shouldn't have been shown. Damn it. Please erase that from your minds, people. Don't copy emails that you haven't had the consent to collect, like I have. Those are not your emails to be used on your database. It's like some people I know from uni and stuff. Right, okay. I think this is where we are. I haven't seen this one. Before we go anywhere though, it is sold subject to contracts. We're just going to double check that. From Rightmove is a little bit more accurate, but yeah, that is indeed sold subject to contract. Bungalows are funny ones. I mean, you really do need a loft conversion to improve the value of a bungalow in general. Or big rear extension. It's been sold around 630, probably slightly less. You know how these things go. And yeah, the comparables are. See, 103 square. So I'm looking at the square meters there. So I'm comparing to 103 square meter properties, such as this one. That's another bungalow for 103 square meters. That looks very similar. It's nicer inside. Got wooden floors. Oh, it's been done really well. Not super modern, like shower curtain. Why do shower curtains exist? But anyway, it's gone for 680, and well, you know, even by taking away the shower curtain, are we going to improve it significantly? No, it looks like top end, like 700 top end is where this would be. Again, here that's a well presented, yeah. So therefore there's not a lot of room for doing a lot. Mind you, this one's probably just the area, isn't it? It's a little bit further away, perhaps a nicer area, so we would not have enough margin from 630, even 600 to maybe even get to 700 for getting our profit. So that's not a good deal. So we put it in reduced recently listed as a sort of quantity measure metric here. I'm just going to write that here for the avoidance of doubt. Reduced recently listed. Again, some. Yeah, okay. The laptop's still struggling. Jeez. What else can I do? I suppose I have got quite a few tabs that don't necessarily need to be open right now. This one. Yeah, probably that helps. Tabs, man, annoying, isn't it? Oh, I don't really need. Well, I suppose. Okay. This one, design.com. Close that for now. Okay, close that for now as well. Okay. Right, come on, laptop, you can do it. This happens quite a lot. Looks like a duplicate. It is a duplicate. So, not only do we have the lack of quality, we have a duplicate there. Okay. Am I getting on for my duck? Oh, 5 minutes. Okay. Curzon Avenue in Stanmore. Now, Stanmore's a good area. This is a good little property. Oh, I like this. Immediately I'm thinking, potential. But I see the numbers. But I'm already thinking potential here. So 75 square meters, and it's on for 550. Oh, why is it on for 550? That's probably too much. Actually, should be 500. Yeah, 500 should be. Anyway, just modern. No, just need to look. The problem with Stanmore can sometimes be, it seems like a retirement sort of part of London, and there are not many comparable properties that have refurbishment. So it's like, is that even a desired thing? You know, refurb property in Stanmore, and people are like, I don't want it. I want me old little 1970s way. So, well, I mean, fair enough, if that's the case. See, there's plenty of saying well presented, and it's like, you know, well presented in 1984. How are you judging that, buddy? Now we're getting further and further away from our property area. So yeah, it's interesting. I said I had a good feeling about it, but you know, you've got to look at the numbers. So important. You can't just go on vibes. I mean, this is probably the best one, but that's because it's got an outhouse. I mean, we can do an outhouse. Not as an assisted sale, not if we don't have to. Yeah, okay. No, actually, no. Not good quality. Back 5 miles. These are properties that have come back on the market. And there's 3 of them, so 7. Aha, this is a duplicate, isn't it? Curzon Avenue, I barely even need to look. Do us a favour and load. Do us a favour and load. Bang, duplicates. Duplicate or duplicate? I mean, I normally say duplicate, but I feel like I need to be clear when I'm presenting, because, I mean, what the bloody hell is a duplicate? I've seen this one before, and now it's removed. Yeah, current listing, something happens. Right, they've reduced it to 600. Oh, and they've sold it, have they? Congratulations. Double check on Rightmove. Yeah, looks like it's sold. Subject to contract. Subject to the contract. Right, well, it's probably sold at high 5s. Comparables point to 630. Okay. in that case, there's, yeah, you know, even at 550, you know, this is just not an investment. If the comparable's pointing to 630. Okay, so we ignore that one. We're gonna go for this one, Morley Crescent East. Sold. Why are so many sold? 3 new properties. Well, look, this is the thing. But these are properties that come back on the market and then sold, so maybe there is a chance that the sale will fall through again, so I'm going to pursue it. Dear, negotiating with a Jeremy Clarkson driver. Sorry, I'm vomiting when I'm doing it. Can't really do it like he can. Negotiating with a jack driver. Be fun. Okay, so this is all subject contract at 575. No way. No way. We don't know about that. I think that's too bloody much, right? For us to make anything of it. See, right, so that's a nice modern one. And it's 630. Well, so what can you do? That would be, hang on, I need to just confirm it. That would be our first comparable. You save a comparable in Property Engine, just like that. Perhaps this would be our second comparable. Yeah, it would be. 630, 620, so for 575. Yeah. Even as an assisted sale, like, you've still got to spend money on the refurb, make a profit, even though you don't need to buy the property. You can certainly see why some people say flipping is dead, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, no, that one doesn't work. Honeypot Lane, isn't that a nice name? Right, so yeah, that one numbers don't work. Okay, so we've got through. Yeah, we got through that email unscathed. Let's go on to. Oh no, we're going to do something. I'm gonna. Yeah, be right back. Dark time. Funny area of property. A lot of funny. A lot of housing estates, flats, a lot of council and housing association properties, and some really expensive properties. Yeah, I mean, it was kind of on the expensive side. It was a terrace. Sorry, I don't know how long you posted this. Sometimes I don't see the chat, and I really should, because I forgot to do it. I'm supposed to be watching along on my phone and then keeping up with the chat. Sorry, Stephen. Yeah, so it's on for 950. We've offered 875 as an assisted sale, and they've just been transparent and said they want 900. I'm like, cool. With a profit share above 1.1 mil, because comparables are like low end 1.1, high end 1.2 mil. It's 3-bed terrace. So we've done our numbers based on 1.1, but we could always, if it goes above 1.1, it's a great outcome. Why don't we profit share that outcome? Let's say it goes for 1.15, then the vendors get 875 plus half of anything over 1.1. Goes to 1.15, then they get half of 50k, 25,000. 25,000 plus a guaranteed 875. They've got the 900 that they want in an optimum sale outcome. Great offer, right? Okay, let me go and change my duck. That was the offer we put in. Basically, it's going through an executor company, so it's just taking a lot of time to go to the agent, then executor company, then the beneficiary family members. And you know what? The power of our offer is probably being lost in translation now, but yeah. I wonder if Steve is still there. Because I really think I should do some onions in with my duck. I think I should do it. I don't want to just cook duck. I should do some onions in with it. Something else on the side. I meant to do onions with it, but I don't want Stephen waiting for me to cut onions. Probably. Stephen and all the other viewers. Stephen and all the other viewers want the property content, not cooking. He's still there. Right. I'm gonna do a Gordon Ramsay and cut these onions as fast as I freaking can. It'll be 2 minutes. Maybe you can have a toilet break while I'm at it. There you go. That works. Life is about killing 2 birds with 1 stone, and I'm cooking and doing a live stream. Or you can put a question in the chat and I'll get to it when I come back. London, hang on, being from West London and having worked all over London, very familiar with all the areas you were showing tonight. Great, well that's really helpful. So you've worked, yeah, I mean you're in the trade, right? So, interesting. Like, let me know your thoughts on the kind of falling house prices in London and what's going on recently. I mean, yeah, just in the news last week, the terrorism and is that going to affect house prices and the, I don't know, maybe you know more than me, the kind of the rush up north to both to invest, maybe also to live, the high taxes, are the wealthy billionaires selling up, leaving London, what's going to happen, the Russians after Ukraine, the Chinese, are they leaving? I don't know, there's still quite a few, I feel. But, I mean, why would the Chinese use the UK as a proxy to get to America, right? Surely there's a way to get to America. To get intelligence into the West. I mean, what was it? It's Boris Johnson saying no to Huawei or something like that. And then, so they try to get influence. There are still quite a lot of Chinese over here, but in general, I think that the house prices falling, does that make it more difficult for me to do what I'm doing, is the assisted sales to get a profit at the end, or should I focus on holding in London, waiting for it to recover? But I'm in northwest London, which I think is historically cheaper than much of other parts, certainly than southwest London. So maybe this is a good thing. Apart from, I see more towards north, like Hampstead, no, like that's always expensive. But like Harrow, finding a lot of deals in Harrow now. Harrow, Edgware, are these places leveling up? Could it be good? Or am I being over optimistic? Anyways, let's go back to actually doing work. Okay, one property's back on the market, Branco Road. No way, I remember this one. I think I've looked at this before. No way. Okay, so I'm immediately interested in this, and I'll tell you why. Well, I'd probably see it from the history. This is why I get frustrated with agents. So on Saturday the 14th of February there you can see I had my offer rejected. This was an assisted sale offer. Yeah, I mean it's not great. I know it's not what the vendors want. Like the offer needs to be 740, 750 level, because look at all the work that he's doing. it's, you know, treat it as a shell. Maybe you could keep the planks. Maybe you don't need to redo the floors entirely. I don't know. I'm not in the trade myself. I have a little bit of idea, but yeah, hopefully there's not too many structural issues, cracks, but nonetheless, it's going to be 150, 200 grand job. Yeah. Okay. So and the comparables are at. Did I write it down? 1.15 mil. Okay. But that needs a loft conversion to achieve that. So without loft conversion, it's probably only 1 mil. Maybe I can look at that now. At the end of the day, loft conversion, right? 200 grand job, big job, loft conversion. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So therefore, I'm like, well, we can't go 200 grand on top of something like this, and then, you know, need to pay fees, and then there's no margin in it. All right, fine. So we go for, yeah, basically 750, 200 grand with all the fees, everything, 250 grand. So our investment's up to $1 million, and we're going to recoup 100k, maybe 150k. It's a decent. That kind of works. I said it, you know, it'd be around 750 is where we'd be at. They're like, no, we want 800, whatever. So what's happened since then? Sold subject to contract. I confirmed that, you know, everything's rejected, and it's come back on the market, and that's exactly what I said. It's like, we're gonna refurb the property, we're gonna lock in that price. We are not going to have a sale falling through on our part, because we're not going to purchase the property. We're not bothered about the condition it's in now. We're not going to live in it. We are going to help this become a more saleable asset, which is less likely to have a sale fall through. What's probably happened, the buyer's gone, oh shit, like, this is too much work for me, or whatever. I'll find out. I need to find out why the sale has fallen through. Yeah, so but yeah, essentially, you know, the agent basically said, oh yeah, I know this guy well, like, he's my friend, but all this bullshit, like, he wouldn't be interested. Okay, so, right. There's a chap called Craig, I believe. Anyway, right, we're writing this down. We get this great quality. I mean, look, still 850. No, like 750 is going to be the offer. I don't know why I went at 740. I think it looks a bit cheap. I mean, it was based on my analysis calculator for 50% ROI, but I think I go 750. It's fair. It's like 45% return on investment. It's cool. It's cool. Back on the market. Back. Make sure to quality. Well, before I jump to conclusions, because the thing is, loft conversion is a big job. Will it get consent? It should do, because one very, very close on like the adjacent street had the loft conversion, and it sold for like 1 point, whatever it is, maybe 1.2 mil. Let's have a look at, but I want to double check, you know. We'll have a look at the comparables. It's in sort of Chiswick way, like, yeah, good, high property price. Okay, so this is the one I guess I was talking about, the 1275. It's like, this is where we'd want to be at, and that's probably why they're thinking they can get away with selling the shell at 850. But then on the other side, could it go for just 1 mil? I mean, that would kind of be a disaster, wouldn't it? Has this one got the loft converted? That's the question. If not, then it's like, okay, so without, no, it hasn't, right. So it's like, without the loft, we're going to be in at 1 mil. 750. Without the loft conversion, the refurb's probably going to be 150. 1 mil. That's why I have to offer 750, because that maybe would work. It's not that attractive, though, is it? Like, you invest 150, and then obviously pay me a sourcing fee like 10 grand, pay the agent their fees. Then you're up to like 180. You've invested 180, and you're going to get back 80, 70. However, this Acton one, that's quite far away. 1.46 miles. Oh, mind you, this one's quite far away as well. 1.42. Right, let's take these off. Where did I get? Where did I get the idea from that we were going to be 1.15? Is it the average between the two? Well, I feel like there was one on the street that was good. Right, where exactly are we in terms of square foot? As it stands, we're 102 square meters. With the loft conversion, what would it be? 130, something like that. Okay. No, so there was definitely something. If I look around here, there was definitely no. There was something that came up close to here. There was like a one. It was like a very direct comparable that got me fairly confident with putting an offer in. And I just want to find it again. Because without it, I don't think I was anywhere near as confident to put the offer in. 1.5 mil in 2025. I know one. It's a lot bigger, that one. It's a lot bigger. 153. It's if that's 153. Wait, August 2018? What? Okay. Property agent is a bit weird, you know. Not always 100% there. Because it said 2025 here, and then it's telling me 2018. Was this it? The perfect comp? So that's had looks like a rear extension. I hate it when you can't see the proper floor. It looks like it's just a rear extension. Is it a loft? Oh, it's a double-story rear extension. 1.15. Perhaps 1.15 is a little bit of a stretch then. So they're just so overpriced at 850. It's really annoying. They've had the sale falling through, and they're like, well, let's try again at 850. Really, that's not the way to go. Right, this one's sold for 1.1. Nice property. So there's an appetite for selling, you know, there's an appetite for nicely refurbed properties of this sort of, in this postcode. 1.6. Has had the loft conversion. Looks like it hasn't, but then it's got more bedrooms. Well, has had the loft conversion. Okay, looks like the loft conversion is needed, but then oh, the longer I look at it, the less confidence I have. I mean, even to put in the offer of 750, I just don't piss them off. But no, I want to make the right offer. Less than I care about pissing them off. What I am pissed off about is I can't find this example that was like, maybe it just doesn't exist. I remember on this property there was a very, very good comparable from like maybe 24, like slightly below the 2 years mark. That was really good, because the worry here is these are all on the other side of the train station, that train track, and sometimes train track can split property prices a little bit. So, and so these ones are like, oh wow, at 1.3, 1.275, we're on for a good 1.4. It's like, oh, we're on for a really good result here. If we just convert the loft, we get into 1.3s. But are we though? Because then that's further towards like Shepherd's Bush, like that's a area further towards Chiswick, isn't it? So yeah, I might stay clear of those comparisons. They are like 600. I mean, that's not the nicest, but 885. No, yeah, this is where the other one I saved was 99. That's perhaps a bit more accurate. For goodness sake, I do remember there was one around here. I might just leave it though, if I'm not. Because I was basing my offer of 750 on a 1 point. It probably was this one, 1.15 comparable. Maybe that's just not happening. Okay, that's not good. But it's how that done. So yeah, I don't know if 750 is even a. I might just still put in 750 just for the vibes, or I might just say, well, because the offers was there. Choose a good area, Ealing, yeah. Yeah, this was, it's Acton, it's less Chiswick, it's more Acton, and it's just above that South Acton station, Acton Green. But like, we're close to a good area. But I think we're literally the wrong side of that train track, to be honest. Like this area, Acton and what, North Ealing, that's not as desirable. But I see you come this side of the train track and we're towards Chiswick, and I think that's fair. I'm very familiar with the areas, so it's not, yeah, we're done. Yeah, so I don't know if we're the right side of that railway track. It's something I've heard from a mentor in the dealers club, right? That the railway tracks can split, the value of a town in half almost, and we've seen that a little bit with the comparables here. Over here, the same thing was going for like 1.2 to 1.4. Over here, it's like 800 to 1 mil, and we're on the wrong side of that. And they're trying to get 850 out of a shell here, and it's like, I don't know. I think 750 is a generous offer actually, so I might stick it in and just, will you consider a delayed completion sale now, because you've had all these. How many fall throughs is that now for this vendor? Just one, just the one fall through, but they put it on the market in May 2025. Nearly a year now. Okay. There's got to be a deal to be done after a year and a sale falling through. There's got to be a deal to be done here. So yeah, I am going to keep it as quality. I'm not going to waste loads more energy on it tonight. We move on. But I've written it down. I'm just going to re-offer on the same basis, and I just feel like it's an I told you so. It's like we can, yeah, did this whole sale fall through after 2 months? We want to have not a good area to near Park Royal. Yeah, I mean this was kind of middle Acton, it wasn't North Acton. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know if you have an opinion on that train track theory, but we were kind of the wrong side is what I'm thinking on this one. Yeah. Okay, cash earning reduced. Right, this I'm putting this search under the spotlight a little bit. Cash earning reduced, because I've not been sure about whether it's actually a worthwhile use of my time pursuing them, but I think sometimes it'll definitely okay. I think he means definitely. So cool, yeah, alright. Maybe should I even re-offer at 750 or should I leave it? Let me know. I know your opinion. I know you're new to the sourcing, but it's good to collaborate on. I like to hear everyone's opinions. Right, so yeah, this one's clearly in need of a refurb. It's been very strangely priced. Like real estate. Why have that looks more like. Have you ever been to Sainsbury's and you see like taste the difference? Oh, that's not got a good feeling about it. Or like gluten free, like free from range or some shit like that. Anyway, this one is free from a sale. They've not been able to achieve what they want when the Wembley area. I mean, yeah, 700, and that's way too much for Wembley. They've just been reducing. Weird price bands, I have to say. And it's been on since. Please don't tell me it's on since July 2023. They tried to get 900 out of it. Oh no. Alright, we might be negotiating with. No, I'm not gonna insult the people. What if they watch this? But somewhat stubborn people on the price. I think that's fair to say. No comparable properties. Hang on a minute, detached. It's not detached though, is it? Is it? Okay, it is. It's the whole thing. Right, but I'm just for the sake of, I want some contextual info. There's literally nothing available at all. At all? What on earth? All right, I'll. I don't like going to a mile, but I'll do it just to get some contextual information. Okay, let's do that. Christ, not very helpful. 2,329 square meters. Okay, so that's wrong. £365 per square meter. That's got to be feet. That's got to be feet, and that's got to be an error. Oh, how frustrating. So that's gone for 850. That's near the railroad behind Harrow Road, opposite the stadium. Your knowledge is insane. You know exactly where this house is. Alright, so why on property selling around the area? I've got no comparables whatsoever. Is it because everyone loves to live there? They want to stay there? Okay, that'll be a good reason. What was that? I was looking for 160 square meters property. Something like this would be a comparable. Rosalind Crescent. This is not like high standard. Whew. It's not. Oh my god. There was a time with that Art Deco stuff. Right, so like if this one was, you know, tasteful, maybe we could see it going for 850, a little bit more. This was sold just the other month, so I like that as a comparable. I'd prefer it to be in half a mile radius though, but so we're looking about 850, are we? Right. But I'd want to see more evidence than that if I was investing my money. Well, this one's detached. That's an interesting feature. God. Not in my house. I'd knock it by mistake and pour soil all over my head or something stupid. No, I presume it's not soil. It's probably fake. But right, yes, that's not modernized, but it's got it's achieved 900. You know, and it's detached, and I want it detached, and yeah, okay. Had quite a big garden though, didn't it? So, and I don't know if it did. So anyway, we're looking at between 850 and 900, are we? But are we really? Oh great, it's not loading. Okay. A decent-ish garden. Well, there's blocks of flats overlooking it now though. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Without comparables, it's really hard to know. You know, if it's going to sell for 900, 634 is a good price. But if it's going to sell for 800, that's a terrible price. It's really it's really hard to know where it's going to fall in between those areas, because we've got two comparables, but they're like 0.7, 0.9 miles away. Clearly, nobody wants to buy it, so it would be stupid. Even if 630 is a good price, it'd be stupid to offer that, because the market hasn't validated that price. I've got to find out why this thing isn't selling, and I don't know if real estate is going to be Sainsbury's Taste the Difference honest with me, but I'm interested. If any property doesn't sell for 3 years, I'm interested. I just want to find out why. Yeah. So just why? I just need to know why. And yeah, cool. All right, and I'll write it down here. 9, 6. Oh, yeah, how am I doing? 23 minutes until perhaps my duck is ready. Because I covered it and then. Yeah, okay. So that's sort of how long I'll do the rest of the stream then. I was thinking about looking at the estate agent emails. I probably won't. I'm going to leave that as a task for Wednesday. But I'll put it in my week to do thinking time. I'm thinking of new ideas for the business, because if you don't have that, you're just a little hamster spinning a wheel, and maybe it's a really efficient wheel and it's doing something, but might need to drive another wheel, if that makes sense. I need some thinking time to think of new ideas. And sometimes I need to process it, because I have new ideas from time to time. But why do I always have new ideas, like, when I'm on the toilet? Do you know what I mean? But I have a process. So I've been doing thinking time on a Wednesday morning after I've gone to the gym. That's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. So anyway, cash only reduced. Cool. Wait, what was the last one? It was cash only reduced, and we said it was good quality. We don't know really, but I just want to find out about it. So this one, it's over 3 floors. It's oh, hello. Saintly. It is saintly. Sure, Stephen sees this and just goes, "That's a lot of work." I see potential. Oh, isn't that sweet? LSD carpet. Oh God. That looks wet. If it needs a new roof, then that's concerning. Yeah. Oof. Might need a new roof. And they cost, I don't know actually. I should know that. 50. But things are going up these days. I would imagine it's about 50 grand for a new roof. Aston Row. That's the same for the one in Acton. Same agent. Right. So this property's no longer on the market though. What's happened? Sorry, I really should have picked up on that earlier. It's been removed in April. Wow, it's sold subject to contract in August. It's back on the market in April. That's really bad. And do you know what? The vendor's probably got fed up with the agent's incompetence and then it's been removed. Let's see if the agent is willing to admit that. So we might want to ask why removed. But do you know what? We only want to ask this if it actually looks like we can make any money from this property. W3, I think, is actually quite a good area. I've seen quite a lot of... That's more the sort of Shepherd's Bush side of Acton, I believe. Is it? Oh no, we're up there. North Acton's not a good area. Shepherd's... No, we're actually closer to... Ealing. Ealing side. Needs a lot of work, mate. Yeah. Local to Ealing Sand. Okay, if you think it's a good... Yeah, well, it's a school, sports tennis court. Don't know, I'm a tennis coach. So, I like... Yeah, if there's a tennis court, I'm like, yeah, usually a good area. Yeah, backs onto a park. Alright, well... Let's have a look. The comparables are a little bit far away. For what we'd want. The Japanese school. Konnichiwa to my profit. Okay. It's huge, isn't it? 237 square meters. It's bloody huge. This one's kind of the same build, isn't it? But it's had that extension at the back. 2.175. I mean, like, gets that, then that's juicy, isn't it? At the end of the day. I'm just gonna reload this because it seems to have kind of frozen to some extent. I want to be able to hover over my little pins and have a look. Yeah, so that's that one. 1425. Is that more realistic? Mind you, 197. It's not. We do have the 237 square meters in order. You know, fairness. But yeah, these are nice. These are good, aren't they? That one kind of worries me in a way because. Hang on, is it? Okay, so this is right because it was old, right? And they're probably thinking, oh, we can achieve the same, surely. But this isn't as, you know, massed up really in terms of the roof and everything. Yeah, don't know if you know how much the roof might cost you. Right, hard to place these in our GDV. Yeah, I have to say the closest one is this one. But to achieve that, we would need to spend 300 grand, I think. But it looks like it'd be worth it. It looks like it'd be worth it. Well, 300 grand, maybe 350. I mean, that's beautiful. Get the planning for the extension as well. Wow. Okay, stop it. I used to always do this, get distracted on my live streams, be like, wow, I want to live there. I want to live there. Right. So, I'd say, yeah, it's a comparable in a way. But then it could also kind of go for this, couldn't it? No, let's see. So, why is this so much lower? I think it's because it's just that bit smaller. I don't know how ours is so big, really. Let me scrutinise this little floor plan. It's because it's got a cellar and a shed. Oh! No way, the cellar and shed takes it to 263. Okay. Then the cellar and shed's not enough to... Oh, it's got this shitty conservatory. Alright, it's got a shitty conservatory, but surely we don't need planning then to change the conservatory into like a nice extension, right? Fuck this little... Oh, I should stop. take away this little kitchen, open all of that, right? Although that looks a little bit structural there, but open to what we can open, all of that nice open plan kitchen, and you know, the type of kitchens you see in all these cooking shows. Make one of them, you know, where the chefs turn up and all the food's made for them. Yeah. Okay, I see potential. I see a lot of potential. I see, yeah, 300 grand at least budget. I think that's fair, honestly. The comparison a little bit far, like the new roof around 10 grand mark, unless major repairs could be. Oh, alright. Do you know why I'm thinking 50 grand? Because like a lot of the time I asked guys about a loft conversion, and they say that's like 70 grand. So I was thinking a new roof would be somewhere around there, but no, of course, when you do a loft conversion, you have to then make the partitions inside. You have to, yeah, you have to do a lot more. If it's just making this a new roof, then I suppose, yeah, that's fair. But would we want to add a little bathroom up here? I don't know. I'm saying big picture thinking. This is a 300 grand job. I mean, there's just a lot going that looks like it's going wrong with this property. I mean, what if like there's a lot of crack. You know, what if there's some signs on the property? And it is sort of going down a hill, so that's also potential. So things to find out. I'm interested though. I'm interested because there's 2 million to be made. Even if it's a 500 grand job, you still make money. Still make money. What's the guide price? Does that mean it's an auction? I don't think so. Potential to extend. Well, they really should say subject to the usual consents or STPP. Or just say extend. So do we need planning vision? Round price 1.1 to 1.2 mil. Why would you do that as an agent? Why would you put 1.1 to 1.2? You know that people are going to focus on 1.1. They're going to ignore 1.2. But why do you? I don't know. Okay. It's probably to satisfy their client. The client's like, yeah, still 1.2. Yeah, we have to be realistic. So 1.1 to 1.2. All right. I think, yeah. Might even send a builder around to this. Hello, Stephen. No, I'm joking. But I don't know. I need to stop. I don't want to be sending. I've done it before. Just sending builders to properties that I've not got offer accepted on. It's just, I just don't want to do it. It's just a bad feeling about it, and of course the agents want us to do that and waste our time, but no. Structural engineer. Yeah, but again, only when I've got an offer accepted, right? It's not something that I'm gonna do before an offer's secured. So, you know, structural engineer. It's not really, you know. Didn't this have an offer accepted for like months? It did, yeah. 9 months. Surely at some point they've got a survey, they've got a structural engineer in, and the agent's got that report. And maybe that's why the buyer pulled out. So, in 9 months of the sale progressing, they must have had a survey in. So, that's my plan actually, in order to avoid having to go and view it, is like, just ask them for the... If they don't want to give me a structural report, I don't know. Why would they not want to? I was about to say they're just being arseholes, but I shouldn't really be that ignorant, should I? Maybe there is a genuine, legitimate reason, but no, arseholes. Cash only reduced. Okay, but yeah, no, I think it's quality. That's good. Okay. Actually, reduced. Yeah, okay. Reduced recently listed. That's a duplicate. You see that? We've seen that one before. So there, but there's also duplicated here. Frustrating. Waste of time, isn't it? And there we go. There's another one. That's the same property. It's duplicated. Alright, so we finished that email, which is, what is it, the 9th of April? It always is surprising how slow this takes. I'm like, use AI, but I'm like, I don't know if AI can do what I'm doing right now. Maybe it can. Tinworth Gardens is, sorry I missed what it was. It's a back, so it's come back on the market, having been sold. And let's see what that situation was. How many times now? Oh, it's beautiful. It's reduced, sold in Jan 2025, back on the market in April. She's about 50 quid. That got their next buyer in May. Back on the market in August. Used 10. Sold January this year. Reduce, they keep reducing it. 430. Yeah, so interesting situation. How is it? It's not that bad. Okay, it's not even that bad. I think they're a little bit unlucky. Or maybe there is something a bit weird with it. Anyway, let's have a look. Oh, no way, I've already looked at this. Oh, well, if that's the only comparable and it's less than they're trying to sell it for, then I suppose we know why. I just need to remind myself how big this one is. Not the plot size, but the house square footage. 73 square meters. Right. Small. I'm asking 530. Yeah, it's probably not investment, is it? And that's it. Christ, okay. Let's have a look. Probably the 4 beds are too big. Yeah, they are. Okay. 2 years. See if there's any more contextual info. It needs to be in the 70s in terms of size. Oh right, we've got more. Yeah, we've got more comparables here. I suppose that one as well. It's 81, but kind of within the 10% above. So sort of Peter Gamble. Procter & Gamble. Yeah. So where are we in terms of comparisons? We are top end is like 570. Okay. 570, 580. Okay. Yeah, it's not enough, is it? If it's been sold for 530, we would need this at. But it's not. It doesn't need a huge refurb. It's a bathroom. It's a paint job. It's carpets and it's a kitchen, right? It's not a huge job. Mate, could you keep that flooring? I don't know, mate. Maybe. So you got 500, paid your fees for 510, did a refurb, you got 540, and then you did sell it for 580. But am I being too optimistic there? Because that would be a good return, a good little return, but we could easily market at 580, but then you sell for 550, and then you get in. What's your return there? You've invested 50k and get 10 back. Barely 20%. We'd probably need it below 500 then, around 490 mark, to get interested in it. Well, stranger things can happen. Yeah, and I'll put alerts on. I'm not interested now in its current state, but I'll have alerts so that, you know, if it basically reduces, whatever, I'll get an alert. Okay, 13th of April. We're doing 5 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, 5 more minutes. Okay, fine. Let's. Negative equity property. Well, we could probably do more than 5 minutes, but I'm knackered. Fundamentally. Oh, I should probably switch my light on here. So you guys can see me, it's summertime, but actually we're getting towards 8 o'clock, so do still need some light. This property's been removed. I swear, new property, and now it's been removed in a matter of weeks. Does that mean it's sold? No, it means that's a past listing. Oh, it means Dexters have lost the listing. And apparently this is negative equity. Sometimes I guess that's wrong. Okay. That kitchen's a bit sad. Construction's like fairly modern but in an old style. They've clearly reared some sort of. Maybe they tied up a pony to that post there and it was just walking around. Yeah, okay, it does still need a refurb. That's brick effect wallpaper, isn't it? That's not. We don't need to take it back to brick. That is like nice, but a few years ago, and also I don't really want to be naked there because people can see me. So should we have the blurry glass thing? Surely. Whoa! I love that. That's actually so cool. Okay, you can see what next door have done. Wow. I'm more interested actually. Yeah, has it been sold next door as that really nice one? That would sort of indicate 950k in 2021. That must have been before it was flipped, right? Yeah. Oh, the last few years. I bought for 950. Wow, okay, let's have completely flipped it. That's interesting. Now they've done that to it, which is amazing, but were they doing that for an investment or were they doing it for themselves? N3 is a nice area, maybe they're doing it for themselves, so I can't assume. Let's say who's bought it. Top. Yeah. So we can't necessarily assume that it's a good investment area because an investor's on a flip on it. No, I think they've just done it for themselves. We need to look at the actual comparables here. See what can be done. Right, that's one. Yeah, 4 bed, yeah, same sort of size. Is it modern? Most certainly is. Yep, that's a good one. Okay, I mean it has had that re-extension which is, oh, that's so cool. Bit weird though, isn't it? No, it's cool. Like having a rock. Oh, that's just so cool. Okay, that's too big. That's possibly too big. That's too small, really, but it is well presented. But it's gone for 1.2. So I think we're probably safe at 1.2. Unless this one. This one begs to differ. Why? No, we were getting there. We were getting at a 1.2, and then what have you done here? Yeah, I was hoping there'd be something wrong with that. There's not really anything wrong with that. It looks like it's only got Oh, but we got 1.2 again here, so yeah, obviously it will average out. It's gone into the roof. Has the house gone into the roof yet? That's something to find out. Can't remember honestly. But our comparables say 1.1, basically 1.2, 1.175. I can't be bothered to check into a calculator. I'm just saying our average comms is 1.175, something like that. No. But is it based on loft conversion? Oh yeah, because this doesn't have one. This has the side extension, but it doesn't have the loft convert. Whoa, hello, such a done. It's our timer. Yeah, it doesn't have the loft conversion. Okay, but we can't do a loft conversion for no freaking margin at all. Like, how much does this need to be flipped? Nah, let's not do loft conversion. Let's just like internal cosmetic refurb, which is like doesn't look like a big deal. Could do it for 100. Would it sell for 1.2? Maybe not. So we'd probably need it at 950. Let's say always bottom is a loft. No, but I need to think though. I need to think smart, because that one that's 1.09 is kind of worrying in a little way, because you know that's whether that decides whether they make money or not, and that one's not got a loft conversion. It's been neither is that one. It is complicated, right? Maybe that down there is a better answer. Can't go wrong with Finchley area. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're at Finchley. Can't go wrong with Finchley area. Okay. East Finchley. Yeah, you say that. But this is south. This is near Golders Green, which has just had a. Yeah, which has just had an unfortunate attack, hasn't it? Chandos Tennis Club. Oh, my mate plays there. Yeah. I actually want to try playing there. Right. Shut up. Yeah, I do worry, will this area lose its value? But people forget so quickly, right? There's been a terror attack in Golders Green, then like in 4 weeks no one's going to talk about it. Guarantee. So yeah, okay. So what's my verdict? So we need to actually be safe at 1.1 here. We need to actually make money at 1.1. This property is going to cost. Do we need to redo all the floors as well? And the VAT, it might cost over 100 grand to do, especially these days. So I think we need it for 900 really. I'm setting up an alert for when it drops in price. And you know what? It might be one of those that family picks it up as it is, because it's not actually that bad, is it? Like, family comes in and goes, right, I've redid the bathroom, I've got 10 grand. The family will come in and say, right, I'm offering you 980 because I want to redo the bathroom. Something like that. And that's probably how it'll go. And we can't do that. We can probably do maximum 950. But we really want 900. Okay, cool. Right, so I need to go and finish up my cooking. Check on the duck. What have we done today? Summarise it and put in goals for next week. Well, obviously I'm still following up on all the properties I still haven't contacted from last week's stream and last week. On top of that, last week's stream and throughout the week I do this kind of thing again as well, to particularly on Saturday, just yesterday. I had a look through some estate agent emails, got a couple more saved. From today's stream, it's let's have a little summary. Oh, this feels cute, doesn't it? Let's remind ourselves how we did. How did we do? Oh, I need to just go start new search and then filter for the ones we are interested in. You can do all this stuff with the Property Engine Basic Pack, by the way. So today it's this. God. Okay, I shouldn't. To be positive, I feel negative towards the property because I'm like, oh, they're gonna be stubborn again. If they didn't like my sister Salva. And also, I know that to get it, I'm gonna need to be a bit of a bastard that says like, I told you so. It's fallen through. And yeah, but they were nice initially. They gave me a virtual tour of it. So, you know, I have builders that have estimated 150 plus the loft, basically. I'll need to go back and check it. If it's just 150 and the property's going to sell for about $1 million, we don't do the loft. Yeah, then I'll offer 750. Let's just sell. I'm not going above 750 at all. So, yeah, right. So it's that one. H89. Bugger. Oh, is this one as well? Yeah. I think surely there's a deal to be done. It's been on the market since. No, hang on, that's wrong. Surely, different listing there. Been on the market since 2023. I mean, come on. And then the final one from this week's stream is. Oh, another W3. Hang on a minute. It's really good to check now because, yeah, I didn't. Great. I don't think I saved the one, but I did write it down. I guess I didn't save it. W39LQ. Why am I not finding it again? Oh, is it here? Is it no longer on the market? Yeah, it's no longer on the market. But I'm still interested. Okay, I see. Still, yeah, I'll do. But so I said I was going to ask for a structure report. But actually, I just need to ask why it's been removed first. Like, still available? They're likely going to sell it. Do you think if with the right offer they would, you know, obviously Aston Row, you'd still get your fee, kind of thing? Do I have that in the same conversation as the other one? I suppose I do. I'm gonna link them. An Aston Row conversation. Kill two birds with one stone. Right, I'm gonna burn the duck soon, so I need to stop. Get that out of the oven and eat. Thank you so much, Stephen. Posting live stream. Honestly, I really appreciate that because as a one-man band, as much as I'd love to, and I do have ideas for videos, and I do, and one of my goals for May is to do another like normal structured video. The editing just takes so long, the video planning, everything like this. Live streams are really great, easy way for me to just be honest, show how I do my thing, and like is killing two birds with one stone. I'm doing content and I'm doing like actually progressing the direct business function forward at the same time, rather than going, okay, let's pause what I actually need to do to progress my business and let's do some content separately. It's just so I prioritize this. So the fact that you're enjoying the content is great because I don't put as much effort into it. Does that make sense? Yeah, great. Okay, so I'm going to go now. Thank you very much for joining, Stephen. If you have feedback, let me know. And also, thanks very much for watching, everyone who watched the recording, the recorded video afterwards. See you next time. See you next week, Sunday, 6 PM, same time as always.